Today, I'm gonna give you the top 5 mistakes that you're making as a snowboarder and how to fix them. And the goal of this channel is to make you as awesome as possible, so make sure you stay to the end so you get as much benefit out of this video as possible. Very first one is going to be this weird body mechanic. We get a little scared and we get our head down and we're kind of close to the ground. It's a very good, safe place to be, is what you're thinking, but the challenge is now I limit my field of view. I don't have the range of motion to make really good turns, as well as I don't have the balance that I could. So ideally, what I'd love for you to do is take your spine and be more upright, let my weight be 60% of the lead foot. Now I can make better knee steering turns. The contrast is now I'm in a body position, my spine's upright. I can look all the way over here, I can look over here, I'm balanced, I'm feeling really good. So, number 1, get that spine upright. Now let's say you want to get low, just sink your belly button down like this. Spine's relatively upright, I'm low, I can handle terrain, I can handle bumps, feeling pretty awesome, agile, I can be in aggressive tack position, but this is going to make your snowboarding literally 10 times better if you can pick up the spine. And today's video is actually sponsored by my goggle company. It took me 4 years developing this goggle to be as awesome as possible. We even had magnetic lens. And when you do buy a goggle, you get dark lenses and you also get a low light. So you get 2 lenses, and we have thicker straps for added comfort, and they're even OTG. So if you have glasses, you can wear them over your glasses. So if you want more information, check out shopbenetek.com. You can pick up these goggles right now. Let's go. Tip number 2 is when you're on very flat terrain like this catwalk, you're gonna end up skidding your turns and making a lot of speed checks and going really slow. Our goal, as you're comfortable, is set an edge and allow your board to slice the snow in more of a carve. What that's gonna do is it's gonna allow you to change directions, but you're gonna be able to either maintain your speed or accelerate. As I'm going across the hill, you're gonna notice I'm gonna get on this edge. I'm already picking up a lot of speed. That's gonna be extremely useful in flat terrain. The same thing applies on my toe side edge as well. We're gonna hit this little jump and we're gonna go into bullet point number 3. Bullet point number 3 is when you get to steeper terrain that you're just sitting on your heel side edge doing this. Now this is not as awesome, this is not fun, this is not enjoyable. What I would like you to see is more turns. But when we make these turns, I wanna minimize the time my nose is downhill. Anytime our nose is downhill, we're gonna pick up speed. So I'm gonna reduce that. So my goal is to minimize it. Quick turn, quick turn, quick turn. You're also gonna notice that I can get my board across the hill. The getting across the hill is where I'm actually able to put my brakes on. In addition, you're gonna notice that I'm not leaning really far back. I'm staying pretty centered with my belly button over the edge. Managing it. It's not a big deal, super mellow. The other thing about steep terrain, when you're in something like that, is you really want to read the texture of the snow, because you're going to be able to anticipate a really steep spot, or anticipate ice, or anticipate, oh, this is a good place to make a turn. So I want to be able to navigate and anticipate. Again, if I have my spine upright, guess what? I get to view the whole entire mountain, and then I can anticipate where I'm going and what I'm doing. Number 4, we're gonna go back to a really not awesome body position, and that is having all your weight in the back seat. Imagine you're a car, the wheels are not on the ground. Well, how the heck am I gonna make a turn? This is a very weak position. It's a very imbalanced position, and I'm using a lot of my back leg. Ideally, you wanna have your weight on 60% on the lead foot, and I wanna use my board to help turn. When I have 60% of my weight on my lead foot, I can actually make quicker turns. Look how quick these are. I can navigate, I can go sideways, I can do that. When I'm back seat, it's really, it's a lot harder. It's not as awesome. So again, you wanna make sure you have 60% of your weight in your lead foot, making those awesome turns. And tip number 5 is having awesome spatial awareness. Spatial awareness is essentially being able to know what everything's going on around, including the speed that people travel at. So I'm being able to look around and see that this person's coming in fast, coming in slow. Do I have time to make a maneuver? Do I need to stop? Having spatial awareness is so important, especially when there's like high speeds involved, collisions involved. We don't have a roll cage to protect us. And then in addition to that, as we snowboard, I definitely love to be more of a defensive snowboarder. What I mean by that is if I'm gonna stop, I wanna check uphill to make sure when I stop, I don't get absolutely smoked by somebody who runs me over. If I'm gonna make a left-hand turn, I'm gonna check my blind spot so that I know. We're gonna keep on rolling. So as I'm snowboarding down, I'm looking around. Where's my filmer? Where's he at? Where's my dude behind me? Kind of close. All right, it's steep. Where's people coming from the left? I know that we gotta go this way, so I wanna be able to look around and know where people are in time and space. And I argue that most collisions happen because of lack of spatial awareness. People are just not looking around. They have no idea. We're gonna hit this side hit right here. There's a jump. Check this out. This thing is one of my favorite little side hits right now. Here we go. Oh! But as I hit that, I'm trying to see where my dude is really far away. Can I land and stand and be in a safe position and know what's going on? And theoretically, if I'm filming and hanging out with my dude, we should not run into each other. That dude should be able to know where I am. I should know where he is. You should not have collisions. There's another side hit. Oh boy, oh yeah. Gotta get that. I missed one. What am I doing? So spatial awareness is one of the biggest things to staying safe, especially avoiding collisions. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on my thoughts on like maybe why collisions happen and who's at fault or who's more likely to cause some problems. So definitely wanna have that. The other thing that as a bonus tip, you're gonna notice I'm talking to my dude Jonathan, but I'm using hand signals, hitting this. I'll use blinkers all the time, just trying to communicate with people. I got one more tip, but we're gonna hop in the chairlift and get another one in. And the very last mistake that you're making that's holding your snowboarding back is your lead shoulder is making life way harder. What I mean by that is imagine that my lead shoulder is super twisted open. Yes, I'm gonna be on the back seat, we've already covered that, but notice that my shoulder's open. If I wanna make a toe side turn, I now have to spend time to go here, then turn. That's gonna naturally make our turns very delayed, which could be really challenging in situations like moguls and riding trees, or even when it's steep. The other situation is that I'm now not having as symmetrical of turns. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but if I'm constantly doing like very shallow toe side and then going right back to my heels, very shallow turn because this is here, I'm gonna have a hard time finding the rhythm and the flow, and I might struggle to navigate the mountain. So I definitely recommend landing your shoulders more up over the nose. Then you wanna do this thing where you're anticipating your turn. Meaning I wanna go left, yes, I'll have my shoulder left. If I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna turn my shoulder right. I'm not driving my arms to do the turn. I'm allowing my knees to do the steering, but I want my body to be in a better, stronger position. Look at this athletic stance. All of a sudden, I wanna go do a 360 off this random bump. Well, I'm already ready for whatever's thrown at me. That's the goal, is to be able to have the body position that is as awesome as possible, or as agile as possible, as often as possible. So if I can be in a more stacked position, shoulders pointed over the nose, anticipate my turns, weight is even between my feet, all of a sudden I can have a better time. We are gonna go hit this jump, and I missed it, but we're gonna try to hit it anyways. Okay, we're here, we're at a jump. I'm gonna try to do a trick. Sir Awesomeness, you mind being on the right-hand side, your GOD? I didn't tell my dude what I'm doing yet. Oh, I barely skunked that one around. Let's go. But like I said, you wanna be in a body position to handle everything that is thrown at you. If I was in a weird body position, I wouldn't be able to catch as much air. I would have landed, slipped down, fall, or I wouldn't have made that turn. Make sure we check in our spatial awareness. We're gonna go right here, do a little nollie pop, because why not? And on that note, if you found any value in this video, give it a like because it helps the algorithm know that this video is awesome so we can help as many snowboarders as possible. And if you want to support the channel and get yourself some awesome gear, check out Shop Benetek with these awesome goggles and this sick hoodie. Limited supply. On that note, love you. Bye. See ya. But here we are. All right, moving on.